We're talking with Eric O'Keefe of Sam Adams Alliance, correct? Yep. And he's got some information about the Healthcare Compact, which is a great new idea that's soaring across America that could possibly help us get rid of the worst parts of Obamacare. Eric, please tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. For the states that join it, by the way, it would get rid of all of Obamacare. And it's a very ambitious political approach to healthcare that says to the federal government, you keep your regulations, send us back our money. An interstate compact is envisioned in Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution, and it allows states to join with each other by the legislature passing something, governor signing, and it needs congressional approval, so it's no end around. It's a direct political challenge to the D.C. crowd that gave us this. But importantly, it's not just a way to block Obamacare or the worst things of it. It includes Medicare, Medicaid, creates a block grant of all the money, and it goes into the compacting states for them to manage as they see fit. So the citizens and the legislature would work it out in their state. So it has roots in the founding insight that the federal government was created by the independent states for limited purposes. It's out of line, and we're asking state legislatures to step up, save the country, and save us from bankruptcy, really. One of the things sometimes not mentioned about Medicare, Medicare as we knew it is over. It will not be paid for by the federal government. The Obama plan is to have rationing and lie about it. The Republican plan on the table is Paul Ryan's. It's an honest attempt to avoid bankruptcy, but it does kind of the minimum amount in a rather slow path, and it still has a uniform national approach. We think the federal government's just gotten so out of line that we should push them away from this, have them give it back to the states and handle it state by state.
That's a perfect 10th Amendment issue. Like you were saying, we're going back to the original Federalist idea of allowing the states to have their own ideas and to get their own, experiments on these extremely complex issues. I mean, we're expecting the far-off government in Washington, D.C. to be able to regulate every last little thing that would affect an entire country. I mean, it's just crazy.
It is. One of the ironies of some liberals today is that they want us to buy local and buy our produce from within 35 miles, and they want to ship our healthcare decisions thousands of miles away.
That's a very good point.
It's a tough angle. But mentioning liberals, we actually are working with some Democrats in Vermont, where the legislature wants a single-payer system. They're not going to get a single-payer system from D.C. If they couldn't get it off of Obama, Reid, Pelosi, they'll never get it. This does not preclude that. States can do Romney Care or Vermont Care.
Exactly, right.
And if the citizens like it, fine. If they don't, at least they can leave the system without leaving the country. We shouldn't have to leave our country to have a reasonable healthcare system. So it does not impose healthcare, unlike Obamacare. It just pulls it to the states. And it is a political reform. It isn't a healthcare reform. In fact, we call it a governance reform. We want the people to engage, call their legislators to a high activity instead of scribbling down and trying to find out how to squeeze out of a state budget deficit. They should get their heads up and help us save the country. You can have a solvent state and the national government will bankrupt us all if we don't get the federal government in line. So it's very ambitious, but and we just launched it in February, and here's a development that could bring it up into the headlines actually pretty soon. It's been passed and signed in Georgia and Oklahoma. It's advancing in Texas in their special session, and we're bullish on it passing. Governor Perry will sign it if he gets the opportunity, and there are rumors that he's considering running for a higher office, a much higher office. And if he did, I think you might see this as part of his platform, so that could elevate the issue quite a bit.
Well, I just want to thank Mr. Eric O'Keefe of Sam Adams Alliance, and we're here at RightOnLine 2011, the Americans for Prosperity's great conference here, and I want to thank Mr. O'Keefe for stopping by for us for a few minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.